How Modern Women Are Hijacking the Rights by Remnant 777. Let's watch it.
Fellas, my
Good
brothers,
morning.
we
How's
have
it
a predicament
together?
on our hands. That being women in our political spaces, specifically on the right.
Oh.
Now, what do I mean by this? A lot of you are going to be making
That's good. I thought we would be talking about that retarded woman post officer again, but no. He's gonna talk about the woman's rights. That I think that's probably it's gonna be very important.
assumptions right now, and the incorrect assumptions at that, before the video's even played. So, I'll just clear them up right here for you. 1. I didn't make this video just to call women grifters. I'm not even going to make the arguments that they're really lying here. In fact, I'm going to explicitly try to avoid using anybody's names here as examples. Because with this video, I'm not trying to stir up drama with anybody. Secondly, I'm not going to argue that all women should be like barred from politics or something like that. That women can't say their opinions online. No, that's not what this video is about. I made this video right now because my opinion about women being in political commentary has changed over the last couple of months. You see, it all started with Trevor Sheets.
Really?
A few months ago, he made a post that went viral. The top
But yeah, it's like I said, I'm not against people changing their opinions about anything. You know, I do that. I probably am the one that does that like most often of all. By the way, people may think I'm not authentic because of that. I change opinions a lot. But I mean, it's just because some of them I'm confused, or some of them I just like I'm just confused about, and some of them are just like I don't know. I just have like around my 20s, so I'm still learning. I'm still leery. So that's just common that I change my opinions from time to time. Yeah.
The post on Twitter was, "My wife was formerly promiscuous. I was a virgin." This sparked a huge discussion on the internet, especially for Christians
36 million. Oh my god.
when it comes to body count. Specifically, if a man should marry a woman who formerly led a promiscuous lifestyle, but repented and became a Christian. The fascinating part about this is pretty much everybody on the Christian right unanimously agreed that even if she became a Christian, a woman having a high body count is a bad thing. There are consequences for living that lifestyle.
Well, there is like is statistically proved that the more diverse a woman have, lesser are the chances that she will stay in a healthy relationship longer. She'll probably end up like divorcing again.
And for you to marry her is to take on that baggage. Women who sleep around, they tend to contract more STDs, they tend to have more children out of wedlock, and they're less likely to remain loyal to you, just to name a few. And even if you didn't have any of those things, it still felt very unfair and wrong for one person to lead a very promiscuous lifestyle while the other one waited until marriage. Also, just to jump in, my opinion remains the same for both men and women. I think it's bad for both men and women to sleep around, obviously.
So up until this very moment on the video, I agree with 100% with everything that he said.
They should both be treated the same. However, with all of this in mind, it leaves us with one question. What should the man do in this hypothetical situation? The woman led a promiscuous lifestyle while the man remains celibate. Well, according to most men, he should not marry her. He should
I really like this guy jumping here. It was a very nice detail that he added. Very good.
instead find somebody else who has a low body count, somebody who waited until marriage. Whereas for the Christian women online, their take was different. If you're a man and you judged her for her past and held that against her, you didn't want to marry her because of who she was, that was unchristian of you. Yes, the man would be taking on baggage for marrying her, and the consequences of her promiscuous lifestyle would affect both of you. But isn't that the Christ-like thing to do? And to do otherwise would be immoral. It would be wrong for a man to quote-unquote not forgive her for her past, as they would say. Tons of women online voice this exact same opinion. It would be wrong for a Christian man not to marry this woman who repented because of her body count. So what if she sold pictures of herself online? So what if she slept with like 20 men? You're just a bitter man who thinks you're so much better than these women. And that's not Christ-like of you. After all, Jesus is all about
Oh my god, that's so true. Oh my god.
forgiveness, bruh. So wife her up. Those were the two dominant positions on this matter. They both agreed that it's better to marry a woman with a low body count, but it's still wrong of you to quote-unquote hold her past against her. So let's ask ourselves, why is there this stark divide between men and women on the Christian right? By the way, if you're enjoying the video and you'd like to help the channel, be sure to hype it up. That helps immensely. Anyways, let's get back on topic. Now, some of you might be content with the answer, it's just because they're a woman, lol, and to leave it at that. But I have a theory that explains these things a lot better. Let me elaborate on this point. When this was a hot topic online, I decided to go up to my mom and I asked her a question. Hey mom, if I fell in love with a woman who had a high body count, maybe she was even like a former prostitute or something, but she changed. She changed and became a Christian
Yes.
and repented. What would you think of that? What would your reaction to that be? While I was saying that, her face instantly became horrified and shriveled up like a raisin. I'd want you to have nothing to do with that woman. Find somebody else. And then I realized something. There were other women who also thought that the man shouldn't marry a promiscuous woman. What was different about these women exactly? From what I saw, these women tended to be mothers, or they were generally women with a
I would say exactly that. They'll like, he says everything that I think about it, but he explains a lot better than I could because, I mean, my English sucks. Yeah, it's exactly like that. Like, the only woman that seems to defend this stuff is the woman that, that's worried about a brother, about a father, about people that they have close in their family, about their own sons, that's when they worry. But when it's when it's from a third party person, then they say the obviously retarded feminist shit like, oh, you have to forgive her, It only matters when it's inside my family, when it's a man that's in my inner circle, be it my dad, be it my brother, be it my son, then it's different. Then it has to be virgin.
self-proclaimed low body count. These individuals tended to be less sympathetic towards the promiscuous woman in the hypothetical. Whereas for the other women that said the man should marry the promiscuous woman, they often made posts about how they once led a very promiscuous lifestyle and that they've changed. And they're so thankful towards Jesus for changing them. Those women
Jeez.
constantly said that the man in the hypothetical should forgive her and should marry her. It's the work of the devil to call you a slut when you changed. You're a born-again virgin. All of this comes together to form a theory I have. The group alignment theory. It's just a name to make things easier to remember, I swear. It goes like this. Our opinions are not shaped by objective morality, but simply what benefits our group we closer identify with.
I think people with high boy counts, like, they should stay alone forever. They just shouldn't try to keep persisting, trying to have families, because they are clearly like too damned for it already. They just have to live alone. But if they are so persistent and insistent, I don't know, in trying, you want to do that so much, they need to find a person that is so like burned as them, like a man with higher body count with a woman with high body count together, and also the same for single dads and single moms, like the same for single dads and single moms. A single mother has to marry a single dad. It's the perfect scenario. But of course, everyone's gonna complain about that, right? Everyone's gonna complain about that.
With, generally. For example, women with a promiscuous or
They shouldn't. The truth is these people shouldn't be reproducing, because they are clearly errors, they are fails, they are mistakes of society.
questionable past are more likely to say that the woman
They are
should be forgiven
fillers.
in the hypothetical and
I
that the
just
man
have
should
one
marry
thing
her.
to
That's
say.
the good thing to do. This is because
Thank
they're not
you,
approaching the hypothetical from an objective moral standpoint,
Zingly.
but rather because they're
Kita
advocating
Zingly
for
for
and
subscribing.
defending
Welcome.
themselves.
I mean,
when she
welcome,
hears
no,
that
it's 2
hypothetical, she
months,
tells
2
herself,
months
that
already.
woman is just like me. What if I was in this hypothetical situation? I'd want somebody to defend me. I wouldn't
Sluts
want
both
those
genders below the
consequences to
chin
befall
pool.
me and to lose that good man that I'm in love with. And that's why they do it. That's why they defend the woman and say that the man should forgive her and that he should marry her. It makes perfect
I think it has to do with repentance. There are tons of people who think drinking water is repentance. No, repentance is hard. If you really do that, then yeah, Your body count shouldn't prevent you from the option, but there are so few. Yes, exactly. That's I agree with that, Hollywood. But the thing is that and that's why we have like already this perception of like, oh, but I'm changed it. Like I changed it. Now I'm on Christ and blah blah blah. Like we always see people saying that and proceed to the next month be doing shit again. In max 1 year. And they are doing the same bullshit again. If they in fact ever stop to begin with, and not just saying like from inside out, you cannot believe on them. Like most of the cases, you don't. They need to prove it. They need to prove to you that they change it, but they also like they cannot prove by just spelling it. They need to prove by being a constant, good example of their changing. And none of this can actually do that. This is what I saw all the cases. I never saw someone that said, "Oh, I changed it and I'm better now and I'm like this for 5 or 6 years or so." No, they don't. They don't. Okay? So yeah, they need to prove to us actually that they changed it and not us just blindly believing on them. And very, very few, there are very like hair scarce exceptions of people that change. It is possible, but it's literally not for everyone. I would say that at least than less than 5% of all of them actually change. For a total of 100% of people that claim to be changing, like I think less than 5% actually change it at all.
Perfect sense. Men, you can't even be mad at these women.
One in a
Their
hundred is
perspective
what
is
you
not based off
guess?
of morality.
You
It
might
is
be
simply
right,
what's
yeah.
logical and benefits themselves. They are advocating for their group. She is advocating for herself. Can she or any other women be blamed for that? No. Think about it this way. If you broke the law and you were taken to court, and then the judge asked you what your punishment should be, what would you say? Judge, yeah, I broke the law, but come on, you don't need to throw me in jail for it. I won't do it again, I
on.
promise. I'm a changed man. I said I'm sorry. I'm a
Oh, he said that he changed, so let's release him. Magical! It's exactly what is happening in society.
changed man. I've repented. Please forgive me. You might not say that word for word, but that's the mentality we're working with. So can you really expect anything different from these women? Nah. I mean, after all, it's extremely hard to remain unbiased in a situation where they put you in the hot seat. Can you call these women grifters or liars? No, they are just defending themselves. However, that does not mean you should listen to them, especially if you're a man. Because remember, most people agreed already that there are consequences for a woman leading this promiscuous lifestyle. Everyone pretty much already agreed that her husband will be taking on this baggage as well, which means you ultimately have a bunch of women telling you a real man, a real Christian, a good person would do this thing that hurts you and benefits me. In fact, if you don't marry her, that's evil. You don't have the forgiveness of Christ in you. You end up paying the price for their mistakes. All of this that I just described to you is subversion. Let me give you another example. Let's say
I call that brainwash.
that I was an American and I flew to Brazil and I became a Brazilian citizen. In fact, I love Brazil so much that I decide to run for office. And while I do, one of my main talking points is that
Why I never skip my country, even reacted to US content.
Brazil should send billions and billions of dollars to the United States. I tell Brazilian voters that giving massive amounts of money to America somehow makes Brazil stronger and benefits their citizens. That is a clear-cut, easy example of subversion. And that is what women are subconsciously doing in politics. That is what they're doing when they enter your spaces. They're telling you men that it is objectively good to do something that helps them at your own expense. They do all this while pretending to be in the same group as you, despite the clear conflict of interest. But again,
Yeah, I really like his content. I don't know why I don't react to his content more often. I think I actually like his channel just doesn't appeal to me. I don't know why his videos are not like being too much suggested to me, so I end up forgetting his channel.
not all women are the same. Look at my mom.
Is this the exact example that I was giving today about Asmongold and my channel, how people forget about my channel because RookTube hates me? And this is the perfect example. I forgot about him many times already because his channel content doesn't appeal to me, even though I'm subscribed. You know?
My mom is a woman, yet at the same time, she gave the exact opposite answer. Why is this? It's because of our identity. Our identity is crucial in politics. Her identity with the example I gave made her identify with me. She wants what's best for me, and what benefits me at the end of the day is to not marry a woman with a high body count. That is why she has a different answer. Now, what's the solution to this? How do we protect ourselves from subversion? This is the most important part of the video, and it's going to take a turn you probably didn't expect. You, as the viewer, need to figure out what your identity is. Who are you? What group are you currently a part of? The less defined and more vague your identity is, the more prone it is to subversion, the more you are going to be taken advantage of. And the left, mind you, is very aware of this, and it's worked out for them. For example, what if you go up to a feminist and say that abortion is wrong? If you're a man, they'll tell you that your opinion doesn't matter, because it's not for you to decide. It's for their in-group, them as women, to decide. What if you're a white man and you're talking about reparations to a black man? They'll say that your opinion, again, doesn't matter, because you're not black. You're not part of their group identity. It's up for them to talk about it, not for you as a white man. That is identity politics. And as much as the mainstream conservatives and boomers like to say that it's wrong, don't listen to them. They will look you straight in the face and say that the only identity that really matters is being an American. That's the only important thing to me at the end of the day. We're all one nation under God, one people. That is stupid. That is how we are currently where we're at today in the West. We did not gatekeep our identity. We didn't look people straight in the face and say, you're not one of us, so we don't care what you have to say. America, this giant melting pot of identities, is one of the most subverted nations in the West.
And that's true. That's actually true. It's like I said, like I always say here that one of the things that we must discuss it a lot. When people goes to your country, that person needs to be absorbed by your guys' culture, by your guys' way of thinking, by your guys of behave in society, and not do the opposite. That's, by the way, what's going on, what has going on for so long. That's what it's happening, you know. Many cultures are going to your country, and instead of adapting to you guys' culture, they are subverting you guys' culture into their many, blending you guys' culture with their many different ones, like the Asian ones, the Islamic ones, every fucking thing, you know, everything.
How did this happen? Because we just let anybody come to America and decide how this country is run. We will have...
And that's something you guys need to think, is stop to think about too, is what actually means to be to have the American culture. What is the American culture? What is the your cultural difference between all the other religions, all the other people that are there? How is it different from the Asian one? You have first identify yourselves to know what is different from you, so you can gatekeep and take and blow people away from too far away of you. You know, it may look like a very simple question, but what the actual fuck is actually an America? What actually means being an America in a cultural way? In a, you know, what is the package of being an America? What is it different from the other types of people that are there? You know,
foreigners come into our nation and say, unless you give billions...
you need to identify yourselves very well and have a very clear vision of who you are, so you can separate the other ones that are different from you. You know,
billions of dollars to us. You are un-American. That is subversion. And that happened because you decided that the only thing that really mattered at the end of the day was to simply identify as an American. Any other characteristics that you can't control aren't important. You are getting cucked. if you don't have a clearly defined identity. What needs to be done is for you to take a good solid look.
Okay, pseudo, but what's you guys' way of life, you know? What is your way of life different of a nation that lives in US, or a Muslim that lives in US, or whatever person that lives in US, an Indian that lives in US? Because you guys are like you guys are like my country now. You guys are multi people. Like you guys are not just, you know, you guys are blend already with many other cultures already, you know? So what the hell are actually you? What actually means to be an America, you know?
Look at yourself in the mirror and ask who you are. The more defined your identity is, the more you gatekeep who you really
Yeah, that's what I'm telling the whole ball. That's what I'm telling you. Like, the first step is you find yourselves, you guys' own identity, and then you protect you guys' identity from everything else. You know, it's okay. It's okay if you guys lost that. If you guys don't know the meaning of that anymore, you guys discover that, or you guys like try to work on rebuilding that. You know, if it's already lost, like if it's already so supervited that's slaughtered, you guys need to recover that. You know, first, and have a very sad and clear mind about that, and then you start to throw everyone that is different away, you know, further away from you and your culture and your way of being, everyone else, and not just because of their race, but because of their thinking. You assimilate the ones of different race, but that behave and think exactly like you and your people that actually embraced the US culture and not try to enforce their ones over you. And you push away everyone that thinks different and tries to force the culture of you guys, you know?
listen to, the less prone to subversion you are. Does that mean I can't hear out what a woman has to say? No. However, if you're a woman telling me how to be a real man and it just so happens to benefit you more than it does me, I'm gonna look at you with some skepticism. I'm far less trusting of you. That's how I think you should go about these things. But that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope this helps you out more than you initially expected. Also, thank you so much to the patrons that continue to support the channel. It really means a lot to me. But that's
Amazing video. I love this video. Thank you very much, Raymond777. This is 777, okay? Yeah. Just want to remind you guys, join our Discord server. Be part of the amazing Foxes community. You also be notified when I do live streams. And also like of watch parties and movie nights and gaming nights as well. And I bet you find yourself amazing friends there. So, well, unless like you're a terrible person, so you probably get banned before that. Yeah, so be good, and yeah, that's it. And support Fox on Ko-fi, Tron, or on Kick through subscription or gift subs. Just avoid WorkTube because WorkTube sucks and hates Fox and sucks away all Fox money revenue from there. Yeah. Before we go any further, I want to take this brief moment here to thank all of you, my patrons, for the incredible support to my work here on YouTube, and especially my 5-tail Fox Tire member, the Holy Ball, and to all of my 3-tail Fox Tire members, Wallony Wolf, Fanny Sylvie, Eat Himself, Chile Not Serious, Eustace the Useful, Zealous Isaiah, Ala Rosas, Max Tenor, Nugutino, Avery, Halcyonic Eder, and TV8. Thank you very, very much. You guys are amazing. Also, thanks to everyone that have been supporting me on Ko-fi, Kick, and to all of my YouTube members. You can support this channel life and growth with just $5 a month and gain access to many perks. This is less than a burrito. Check out my Patreon. Link is in the description below. And that's it for today, my dear Foxlings. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.